Hello followers and welcome back to MrMFretwell Plays Minecraft, and in today's episode we're going to be doing a range of different building tasks around our little cave area that we're building here. Most notably we're going to be working on the Ravine section, which is back behind me. You can't see it right now, but we will go over there shortly. But before we get into that, let me just show you a couple of improvements that I made to the little portal shrine. So as you can see, I added this sort of tree. I built this tree, I didn't grow it. I don't think you would be able to grow a tree in here. But yeah, I added that. I think it looks pretty cool. Might look a little out of place. If you want to drop your thoughts on that in the comments, feel free. If you like the tree, I will keep it. If you don't, then I'll probably put something else there. The vines have grown quite nicely and they've spread a little bit. Not really my intention, but, well, I guess we'll live with that. It might make it look a bit more natural. So, yes, in today's episode, we are going to work on a range of different building ideas that I've got for this cave. Most notably, I want to put an entrance in. I'm thinking of putting that maybe right here, because we don't have one yet, and I'm tired of taking fall damage, especially with the change now, where if you take damage, you get more hungry quickly. So, I want to kind of get that dealt with as best I can. And I also want to work, most notably today, on this area right here. This area needs a lot of work. I want to kind of spruce it up a little bit, get rid of all this half chewed up mine shaft. This may have to move, I'm not sure. If it does, obviously I can't move the spawner, so I may end up having to break it, unfortunately. But I do want to work on this. I want to kind of try out some different ideas, which we will get to today. As you can see, I managed to spread the grass down here, so we do have some of that. Excuse me. And I resorted all my chests. I moved it from over there to over here. Got a minecart. This is all wood stuff, gravel, dirt and sand and sandstone. Ores, I did do a bit more mining. I found some more diamonds. And I actually enchanted another pick, and I got this, Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4. A pretty good pick all round, great all rounder. I'm going to rename that one before I use it. Got an Aqua Affinity book, more string obviously, and mob drops in general. And I also have sorted all this out. I have a lot of saddles. And there's still more lying around. The bed hasn't moved. So up here, I've done quite a few improvements on the animal farm. The animal farm needed a bunch of work doing to it, to be honest. Because when I was logging in on 1.6.1, I kept noticing that the mobs were suffocating. So I've had to do this, and unfortunately this does break the sound engine. And not to mention it's quite cruel for the poor animals that have to be forced into the centre and be jiggled around for all eternity. As you can see, I went a bit insane with the chickens. This is what's causing most of the sound engine lag. But we have a good amount of chickens now. Sheep, I'm not sure what to do with because they need to eat the grass. But generally, I think sheep are not the biggest mob to worry about. I would be more worried about the other passive mobs. So, with that in mind, nothing has really changed here, I don't think. Drop these eggs off, I guess. I do need to go back to the Desert Temple and collect some TNT from that place. I did not end up collecting that. I completely forgot about it in the end of last episode. I'll probably collect that off camera at a later date. Got plenty of food on me, and I do have a bunch of wood lying around which I collected off camera as well. So I think now, without further ado, we need to kind of get into the episode really. We've spoke a lot about what we were going to be doing, so I think now it's a good time to get into it. And actually I'm thinking the stairs might be better to get in here from over here, and then I can link it round rather than putting them there because I already have a pathway there. So that's the first thing I want to work on, is getting a staircase into our base here. Now we have lots of little holes in the ground, and this one, yeah, this is the one I actually wanted to use for this particular purpose, because I keep doing that every time, and I want to kind of just work on that a little bit and see what we can do as regards that. I kind of want it to maybe only start around here because I don't want it to be sticking out and being in the way. So do I actually have any stairs on me? I don't think I do. I have 2. Wow, that's a whole lot. Excuse me if I sound a little bit sniffly today, guys. It's been a nice day out and I went outside and my allergies have got to me a little bit. So, excuse any little sniffing and little coughs. I apologise for that. I know it's not very pleasant, but unfortunately that's what happens when you are a hay fever sufferer. So, I don't really know what to say about that, really. Obviously, I can move this around. I'm just trying to see what certain things would look like. I'm going to need some logs as well, actually. So I'll take these. I may need more wood when I get down to the project below. And I'm going to need some dirt as well. We always need dirt. Which is why I save the dirt I collect and don't throw it away. You never know when you're going to need some dirt. Great for a building block. And the reason for that is to do this. Because of the sideways logs. I don't really like that look, if I'm honest. So, I may carve this bit out and make it double-sided, I guess you could say. I'm just kind of trying things out. I think I've got the staircase pretty much cracked at this point. And we'll have a little bit of space under the staircase for whatever we want, some chests or whatever, because stairs are transparent blocks. So that's something to look at, of course. And as I'm doing this, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about something which was brought to my attention, actually, in the comments of episode 13, Icy Lake. There's this cool guy who commented on my video talking about quality and stuff of the actual video, and like despite it being in 720p, the quality of it was not that good, according to him. So, fair point. The reason why that is because I have to kind of export the video twice. I export it out of my editing software, and it's a big file. For a half-an-hour video, you're probably looking at around about maybe a 2 to 3 gigabyte file. So I scale it down again in a separate program, which makes it so that it becomes about half a gig. And that is to upload, because if I did not do that, I would not be able to upload in any sort of reasonable time frame. It already takes a fair amount of time to upload as it is. It takes maybe around 2 hours for a half-an-hour video at that size. So, one of the proposed ideas that I had actually was to maybe make my videos shorter. And that doesn't mean recording shorter, it does mean splitting them up into multiple videos. So what I would like to get, if you would, is leave a bit of feedback in the comments if you want to, regarding your thoughts on that. Do you want me to split the videos up and make them shorter, so they would be 15 minutes in length and they would just kind of be two-parters? And I intend to start recording longer play sessions, and if I did do that, then I would probably split the video up into multiple parts anyway. So if you like that idea, let me know. If you don't, equally, let me know. I would love to hear your feedback on that. It will possibly mean with short videos that the quality may improve, because obviously there's going to be less to export and therefore upload, so I wouldn't need to scale it down again to make it ideal. But again, I would like to hear your feedback on that. Which would you prefer? Longer videos, but maybe not as good quality? Personally, I've not noticed a difference, but if this guy says he's noticed a difference, then I'm going to listen to his feedback and obviously try and act upon it, because I don't just want to be some guy who's stuck in his ways. I want to kind of listen to what people have to say, because that's an important part for me of doing YouTube, is actually listening to what others have to say. So I'm going to leave that one with you guys. If you want to put some stuff in the comments, then feel free. I will be reading them as I always do, and replying to as many as I can, if I feel that it's appropriate for me to reply. And then at that point, we'll be able to gather some feedback on that over the next couple of episodes, and hopefully that will give us a bit clearer platform as to what we need to do as regards this particular problem. So I'm just going to kind of fill this out a bit. I want a bit of headroom. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to end up with the banging of the head. But I think that's going to be pretty good, actually. Let's just get rid of that and kind of make it all neat. So this is not looking too bad. We have an entrance now, and I'm obviously going to have to put some fence around it to stop the mobs just wandering around and falling in, but I think overall that looks pretty nice, I have to say. I will probably line it with fences and put a gate on it here or something. And I don't know if I want to put fences here, like I did down in that stairwell over there, or whether I just want to leave it blank. I'm not sure on that one. Sorry for all of the throat clearing, I really apologise. I'll try and stop it if I can. Let me see here. Better than it was earlier though, that's for sure. Earlier I was sneezing and coughing and it was horrible. Fortunately that's just part of the problem. If you're a hay fever sufferer you'll understand what I mean. I don't know whether Americans call that anything different. It's the thing where if you're near pollen you end up with eyes watering and stuff like that, where your nose starts running and stuff. I don't know whether you guys call it anything different over there, but that's what we call it in England. So it's unpleasant to say the least, but it's just something that we have to deal with. I'm obviously making sure to try and reduce the effects as much as possible, but sometimes it's not always that possible. So enough talk of sickness and illness and all hay fever and stuff. Let's get back onto what we were talking about as regards this. And actually, one other thing I want to mention, which is completely unrelated, is something which came to me while I was caving today, actually. And that was, I've noticed lately, as I'm sure we've all noticed, the monsters in this game are getting harder. They're getting harder to fight, they're getting more HP. The longer you stay in an area, it's getting harder in 1.6. We have the rapid firing skeletons now. Zombies will seek you out from an incredibly long distance. I was wondering, and I might post this on Reddit in the Minecraft suggestions, but I would like a little tweak that you can have in the menu, maybe somewhere here, or maybe here, called monster tweaks, or even in the difficulty, if like you could have a difficulty sub-menu where you can like choose different options to do with monster difficulty. So you could say rapid firing skeletons on off, hoarding zombies on off, pathfinding good bad. So before 1.1, before 1.2, in 1.1 and earlier, they had pretty crappy pathfinding, like pigmen do now. Pathfinding like that. There could be other different tweaks. Creeper damage, big, small, maybe, because they do more damage than they used to. Stuff like that, because armoured mobs as well, on, off. Something along those lines, because sometimes I was just finding the hoarding zombies were kind of getting a bit irritating. I have a lot of this area lit up now, so I'm getting more spawns in what area is already dark. But they just seem to have this horrible habit of seeking you out. Even if they're in a cavern nearby, they will personally come and hunt you down. They will find a path. And even if it takes them maybe a couple of minutes, they will do it. And it just gets a little irritating from time to time. When you just want to try and get on and do your mining, it can be a bit infuriating. I wouldn't say it's rage-inducing, but it's something which I think maybe could be added for players who want to keep certain features on and certain features off. So maybe that's something that Mojang could consider. I don't know how easy it would be to implement because I'm not a programmer, but I don't know. If you like that idea, let me know again in the comments. You've got plenty to talk about today in the comments. So if you do feel like that, then and you would like that addition, then please let me know. If a lot of people like it, I'll probably drop it in the Minecraft Reddit suggestions. That will be r Minecraft suggestions, I think it is, r/Minecraft suggestions, and I'll probably place it in there. Not going to ask for any upvotes or anything. It's up to you guys' opinions as to whether you would like it or not. But I don't know, that might be a pretty cool change, just so that we have that bit more customization. But I guess the problem with it would be maybe custom maps. Thinking about it, actually, people would just use it to make custom maps deliberately easy. But then again, the map maker could state specific rules about that, where certain things have to be on certain tweaks. But that's something which could be catered for, I guess. I guess it could be used as an extension to the difficulty tweak that we already have, and maybe some people want to make it a little easier for themselves by turning armored mobs off, which is basically the same as playing on easy, which in the maps that I've played is acceptable. I don't know the individual specifics of each map though, and it might even give map makers, if I look at it on the flip side, more customization, because for example if they want really bad pathfinding but want the mobs to be really strong, then that could be a tweak which could be implemented fairly easily, I think, for map makers. So let me know your thoughts on that as well. As always, let me know, and it'll be good to hear your feedback on that for sure. So as I've been rambling on about all of that, we've kind of been just doing this area here, and I'm kind of just doing it how my mind wants to see it at the moment, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So we've got this area here now, which is an entrance of sorts. I'm going to have to do something with this, definitely, because this is just way too tight at the moment to try and walk around. So maybe we'll do something with that. What I want to know is, no, I did not use planks in front of my stairs, so I will not use it here. Obviously, I am going to wrap the fence around it, which, do I have any fence on me? No, I don't. I want to try out what we've got going on here. Let's see. Fences. I'm going to grab a stack or so of them. And I may end up covering up a lot of these holes over here, because they just keep letting monsters in and they're serving no real purpose at the moment. Let's see what we can do here. We could make a little, I don't know, a little bunker entrance, so that we only have one main entrance and one main exit. And I may build something piston based as an exit later, like an elevator or something, but that will be further down the line, I think. Yeah, I quite like that. Easy to get in and easy to get out. Got plenty of headroom. I'll put a gate on here so mobs can't get in. And I could bring this forward actually, make it operated by a pressure plate or something like that, so that I don't have to open it and it closes behind me, and all I have to do is open it on my way in. Or I could put a wooden button nearby, which would open it as well. That's always an option. I don't know if a wooden button would work here. Let's test that. Let's see, let's experiment. So we want a wooden button. I'm going to need a fence gate anyway, so it's hardly a waste of resources. So let's grab some sticks and 2 of these, and that will give us the fence gate. And I'm just going to try this. I'm going to fiddle around with this some more off camera, but would this open that? No, it will not. Okay, so how about if I put it next to it? Will that do anything? So maybe here. So that will work. And I'm actually going to go to sleep real quick. That may be an option. Obviously that would require more modification. It wouldn't be just as simple as putting a fence around it, because mobs will be able to jump over that, and it serves no real purpose right there. And also it blocks the stairwell, doesn't it? Anybody lurking? Doesn't look like it. So I wouldn't want to use a pressure plate, because mobs could walk on that and gain entry, so I don't want that. Don't really want a lever, that's kind of a bit useless. Where else could I put a button? If it can't go there, because obviously that's diagonal. You can't stick buttons on fences, right? No, you can't. Maybe right there? Yeah, that works. Although they would be able to jump up, wouldn't they? They'd be able to jump up on this and get over. But not if I do that. They wouldn't be able to jump up then. So maybe that's a way of doing it. I probably won't use wooden planks. I'm probably going to use cobble for right now. And that's certainly a way of doing it. And let's put the button back. It wouldn't work there, would it? No. That'll do the job, I guess. And I'm going to move this off camera to accommodate for a pressure plate right here. And then at that point we will probably be able to just easily walk out. And then I could just push the button to get in, or even I could push the button from the other side. But mobs can't push buttons, so for now at least, they probably will eventually be able to. But hopefully by then I'll have the tools and resources to come up with something a bit better. But that should do for now. The only things that are going to be able to get in are spiders. To be honest, spiders aren't too much of an issue. Honestly, it's mainly the creepers that I don't want in here over the other mobs. Skeletons, zombies and spiders are okay. It's just that I don't want creepers in here blowing my stuff up. And kind of zombies for eventually the project I have planned. I don't want zombies in here either. It does involve villagers, but for the time being that's going to do the job, I think. I may modify this more off camera and see where we get with that, but for now it seems to have solved the problem initially that we were facing. And I've got some space here if I want to put some chests and hide some stuff back here under the stairs. We have that option as well. I would probably do something like this, and then I have the chest coming out here, or in fact no, I would want it like this, wouldn't I? And I would want the cobblestone right here, so I've got double chests. Could open this up and make more room for double chests because I can make trap chests and stick some of those picture frames on the front of them. That might be a good way of hiding some stuff. Maybe an adventure supply kit or something like that. Perhaps stick an ender chest under here for convenience, that kind of thing. Maybe even eventually an ender pearl station will be good there. So we have all those options for later on. But for now, I think we've done enough on that. I want to work on the main emphasis of today's episode, which kind of is a bit weird, perhaps 10 minutes into the video or longer, but I want to work on this area. And for this, because it's going to take such a long time for me to get it right, as you've seen, just to take a stairwell, it's probably took me 10-15 minutes or so, I actually want to do this as a montage and see how that pans out. Because otherwise we could be here all day. Unfortunately there is a lot to do here. Well actually no, it's quite fortunate because it gives me a great number of customization options. Red mushroom down there. I can probably collect that for the portal shrine at some point later. So all of this back here I'm eventually probably going to put rooms in. And stuff like that. Furnace room, storage room. The farms, I want to get all automatic farms in here and stuff like that. That ladder's going to be kind of my point. In fact, here would be a better place, actually, to take a look. Because I want to kind of take screenshots at various different processors. So, that probably is something we're going to do. And that will be the first one. As regards this, I may end up moving this because it's kind of in the way. I want to kind of put a pathway here, and that's going to be right in the middle. I do have this one down there, which I will probably turn into a spider farm. I only really need it for the string, to be honest, over the experience. I can get better experience grinders. I can build a zombie one, a skeleton one. I've got a skeleton dungeon under lockdown now, a zombie dungeon under lockdown, and when we get to the nether I'll probably end up building a blaze farm anyway. So I don't really need it for the experience. More I need it for string, because we're going to need a lot of string eventually if we go and build something like an ender or something like that. So that's something to consider, but I think I could do that with just one spider spawner and just go AFK for a while and let the spiders build up in a specific trap for them using that one down there. But I'm going to leave it here for now. If I feel the need to move it, then I will just destroy it and collect the experience, but for right now it's fine as it is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spend a bit of time working on some ideas, and I'm going to put this together as a montage. So I hope you enjoy the montage, and I hope that the end result will be something that you like. So, cue the montage. Okay, quick little halfway update, I guess you could call it. Here we have so much of it done. Keep getting the occasional mob, as you will have seen so far from the montage. But things are doing pretty good around here. Lots to do, of course, still. But I've managed to clear out the 2 huge blocks of earth that I wanted to get rid of. And slowly but surely, we are getting there. It's a big project. I need to put all dirt around here, sort of equip these 2 corridors to where they need to be. I need to clear out a bunch of stuff over here still to get that all ready. I need to spread grass down here, and I need to put glass in here. I need to make a pathway down here. So there's still plenty to do, but we're about halfway done now. I've done the majority of the work, certainly the hard work. I have started using the efficiency 4 pickaxe, just because it was going to take a stupid amount of time if I didn't. So I think this takes advantage of that probably pretty bad enchant on its own. So still work to do. Enjoy the rest of the montage, as I say, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, I'm back, and I hope that you enjoyed that montage. Here is the semi-completed product. I've done a lot on this today. I will probably begin to do more on it as the episodes roll on through. I want to go and do something else next episode. We're still going to be continuing our theme of building, but we're going to put together our first room in this base. I kind of felt it was important just to get this head start. I'm probably going to tinker with it a lot before it's done, but we do have this very nice kind of central cavern here. It's still very mineshafty yet. I'm going to get the grass spread down here. Man, the zombies, these guys seek you out. Like I was saying earlier, I've had so many encounters where they know where I am. Even maybe 30, 40, even 50 blocks away in that direction. They know where I am, and it can be a bit of a pain sometimes, to be perfectly honest, but, well, we'll just have to live with that, won't we? And, yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape now. This area right here, I'm probably going to add some stuff to. I've got some plans of what I want to put over there, certainly on that wall, back there, what's going to go there. But here, I don't have much of a clue about what I'm going to put. I've got a nice little skylight there. We're probably going to put some decoration around here at some point, maybe a fountain or two, some small bushes, that kind of thing. We'll probably put around here. This side is going to be, I've got a couple of plants here, which I think you guys will like. and we'll probably start doing those over the next couple of episodes. Off camera, I'm probably just going to work in the ravine a little bit, towards the base of the ravine, making sure everything's pretty well lit, and cleaning it up a little bit, and I might get to fill in the holes up there, these little entrances to the cavern. I may, in fact, fill those in to stop monsters pouring in. I may not get around to doing that, but either way, that is something that's going to be coming up fairly soon. I'm going to let the grass spread down here. I'll probably go AFK somewhere for a while and let that happen, so that you can actually see what I'm kind of going for, because it's not easily we're not easily accessible right now, because I'm just going to wait for the grass to spread. But other than that, I'm not going to do a whole lot, just clean up the ravine mainly, and make sure it's well lit down there, and grab all the stuff that I'm going to need. And then next episode, we're going to build our first room, and hint hint, it's going to be over here. In this wall right here is where I'm going to stick our first room. And because we've got a fair amount of room here, and it's going to be quite an important room, quite central, so it's I want to keep all the important rooms kind of in this hub area, and then the more specific things off down their own corridors of the mine shaft. So stuff like farming is more specific. The main rooms, I'm not going to let on what it is yet, but the main rooms are things like furnace room, storage room, stuff like that. Places for ender chests, places for anvils, stuff like that, are all going to be quite central, because we need those. I'm going to make a pathway to a grinder. We'll build a zombie grinder fairly soon, so that we could start getting some good supply of XP going, so that I could start and enchant some better gear. So running into monsters all this time down here can be kind of tricky. We want a place for a branch mine that's kind of out of the way. That's going to be lower down, so we're going to kind of want to keep that out of the way. And one thing I did not show you, because I only actually found out that it existed fairly recently, when I cleared out a cave spider spawner. I think it's back here. It's right underneath. No, this is not the area. It's right underneath where my pond is that we've been working on. There was a cave spider spawner, as I suspected. As you guys pretty much knew, I took it out off camera without too much effort between this and the last episode. And if I can find my way to it, I'm not entirely sure where we are in relation to the pond. I think the pond is right there, isn't it? So it's going to be somewhere in this general vicinity. Show my sword out. These are the uncharted sections. So yeah, I'm back here again, but somewhere off in that direction anyway is actually another ravine, and that's quite a deep one. There's lava at the bottom and stuff. Maybe it's through here. No. But anyway, it's around here somewhere. We'll check that out, and we'll probably go caving in there for an episode. Zombies, man, they're everywhere. I'm going to have to solve that problem fairly soon. But other than that, I think that's going to be everything I'm going to do. Probably I'm going to work in the ravine, fix up the holes maybe above, and I think that's going to be about it. I can't think of anything else that I'm going to work on right at this moment. I'm going to be collecting ores and resources as well, obviously, from around the cave, and just cleaning all those out as well. I might work with this a little bit and reshape it, maybe, just to make it look a bit nicer. Like this right here is kind of flat. I might do something with that. Or I may even just get rid of this particular section entirely and try and curve it round and make like a little circular area right here. That's probably an idea which I'll look into, as we've got a corridor running off that way. So that's kind of the plans up to this point. Obviously there's still a long way to go before we're anywhere near complete with how I want this base to look, but we are getting there. And I just love this little skylight. Just love this nice little view down. My eventual aim, once I've cleared out all the caves down here, is actually to fill this in with ice, similar to how we did the pond, and break it all and make it like a little water ravine, put waterfalls in, similar to what's here now, but a lot cleaner, obviously. And I might put all sorts of green foliage around, maybe try and get some trees growing down there, so that we've got a nice view into like an underground spring, is what I'm trying to go for with this particular ravine. Not so much the other one. I think the other one I'm going to probably base my branch mine around, to be honest, and then go off in that direction to do my branch mining. But other than that, I've been working at this for a while now, probably a couple of hours at least, and I've worn down most of this time in pickaxe to give you some idea of how much I've been actually doing. Plus I know for a fact that this episode is probably around 35 minutes or so now, because the first part was half an hour. I thought it was maybe 15 minutes, but I have a tendency to ramble on about various different things. But I'm very impressed with what we've managed to achieve today. We've got a lot done, and I wonder what's cooking up here. Well, everything's grown, that's for sure. I haven't been down there an awful long time. All the animals are still intact. I'm probably now going to start enchanting iron pickaxes in the hope of getting fortune. If I in fact do get fortune, then I will save it until we actually get to the next episode, and then at that point I will actually break down those diamonds and try and get a bunch of them. And the next tool I really need that's going to be diamond is probably going to be a sword of sorts, because I have to keep fighting everything, and these iron swords just ain't cutting it. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty much everything for today, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. So until then, see you later, and have a good day.